So it's turning cool outside. I can look out my window and see the leaves turning those beautiful autumn colors, those burgundies, those yellows, those oranges. And to celebrate fall, I want to make an Italian cream cake. That coconut, those pecans, all topped with that cream cheese icing. It's just so good. Coming up next on the sweet spot. Let's start our cake by adding our butter to a large mixing bowl. Also, you're going to add in your sugar. And we're going to cream those two ingredients together until they're nice and smooth. Alright, now that we have those two ingredients combined, we're going to add in our 5 egg yolks. Remember, you're going to separate your 5 eggs. And remember, save the egg whites for later. Alright, now that our eggs are all in there, we're going to add our canola oil. This is what gives the cake its nice moisture. Now to our flour, we're going to add our baking powder and our baking soda. Once that's mixed together, all nice and combined, we're going to start adding our flour into our mixing bowl. You want to add a little at a time, so probably about 3 rotations. Blend your first round of flour into the batter, and then scrape down the sides of the bowl if needed, just like that. And we're going to rotate in the buttermilk. So every time you add flour, the next thing you add will be buttermilk. Alright, this is our last rotation of buttermilk, so we're going to add the remaining and just blend that all together. Now it's time to add our vanilla and almond extracts. Perfect. So now it's time to take your bowl from your mixer, and the remaining ingredients will be folded in, starting with your coconut. And just make sure just to keep folding until they're nice and mixed in and blended. Alright, we're going to do the same with the pecans. Same process, just keep folding the batter until they're nice and combined. Alright, our last step is to beat our egg whites until they have stiff peaks. So in a clean mixing bowl, add your 5 egg whites. And you want to use a beater attachment on your mixer for this one. And you're going to whip those on high until they get really stiff peaks. All right, there we go. As you can see, it's a nice whipped texture, and you can see those peaks right there from the whipper. All right, we're gonna fold that into our mixture. Get all of those egg whites in there. This does sometimes take a little time, but be patient. You don't want to mix too quick or too heavy because you want that light, fluffy egg whites. That's what's giving the air and the lift to your batter. So you want to make sure to keep those egg whites nice and fluffy. And you can see how creamy and smooth that has become. Now take your batter and fill 3 9-inch cake pans with equal amounts batter. You're going to bake them on 350 for 30 to 35 minutes. To start our iconic cream cheese frosting, you're going to add 16 ounces of cream cheese to a mixing bowl and just smooth all of that cream cheese in there. And once we get the cream cheese into a bowl, we're going to add our attachment and whip it until smooth. Once your cream cheese is nice and smooth, you're going to add in your butter. And once again, we're going to whip that until the cream cheese and butter are well combined and smooth. Now that those two are creamed together, it's time to start adding 2 pounds of confectioner sugar. So just a 2-pound bag, and you add a little at a time and blend. I start on low, then move my way to medium because I don't want confectioner sugar all over the kitchen. So that's just the tip from me to you. And then add in 2 to 3 tablespoons of heavy cream. You want to gauge it. 2 may be enough to get it nice and smooth. You may have to add an additional tablespoon to get it nice and smooth and creamy. All right, last step is adding your vanilla extract. And just blend that to get the vanilla extract incorporated into all of the frosting. All right, it's nice and smooth and ready to go. Now it's time to frost our cakes. All right, take your first cake and just do a nice coating in the center. I put a dollop of icing in the middle and just smooth it out. If you don't have a turntable, you can just move your plate. I just use a turntable because it makes it easy. Then repeat it once again for the second layer. And again for your final layer. And just smooth the buttercream over the top of the cake, nice and smooth. And once I have the top finished, I just start putting my icing around the sides of the cake. With this cake, your icing doesn't have to be smooth because you're going to top all of that with this beautiful shredded coconut. This can get a little messy, but you want to get a nice coating of coconut around the sides. So I just take a heaping amount of coconut and press it into the sides of the cake. Once your coconut is done, then take your pecans and you're going to put a really robust layer of pecans all over the top of that cake. Just pack them in there. And if you're like me, I don't want to see any icing through my pecans. To finish it all off, this is optional. Do some rosettes of buttercream or cream cheese icing, that is, around your cake. Just to give it a nice, pretty finish. And one final one in the center. There we go. And there you have it. A moist, delicious Italian cream cake. Oh!